I cannot believe we actually have to pay for Blake and wait for her. Freaking ridiculous. Wait, what's going on? What? Hey, that's pretty good.
Ragiroth Enterprises.
How's it going, everybody? From Ragiroth Enterprises here with another video. So, a little while ago, I did kind of a rant video about the situation with BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, with the whole DLC fiasco. You know, with the 20 characters at launch, and then 20 characters as DLC. Be told them ahead of time and have to wait and pay for them. Since then, we've got a couple more announcements. And it seems like some of the announcements they did try to take some of the backlash to heart. First of all, they said that Blake is going to be a free DLC character, and I think at launch too, which made me much happier, as you can tell by the beginning of this video. And they also said that while we'll have to, I think, wait a bit for Yang, she will also be free, and Blake and Yang will be free forever. They're not a timed thing or anything like that. I mean, really, even if they weren't, it's like, even if you don't have the game, just download them for free, and then when you have the game, they'll be there. I'm pretty sure you can do that. I could be wrong, but so that was, I think, definitely nice, because at least we'll be able to get the whole, main team of Ruby will at least be free, even if they aren't directly in the base roster. Not amazing, but definitely better. Then, there was another kind of neat announcement. They said that there will be an English dub for the game. Now, most of us with, Under Night in Birth and, the recent two Blaze, was it one or two? No, this is just Central Fiction. So just Central Fiction just had Japanese audio, no English audio. We basically thought that there would be no English audio in the game, with the exception of, I think, maybe the Ruby character, and like probably only in battle and even in story mode. But not only will Ruby characters, Persona characters, and BlazBlue characters have their English voices, but Under Night characters will too. And this is a big deal because they have never had English voices before for Under Night. So we'll get the BlazBlue English guys back. And Persona 4 will be English again too. I mean, thought that we'd never kind of lost that one. Ruby characters are staying English, and now we're gonna get English for the Under Night characters, which is really cool, I think. I mean, the voices aren't really that big of a deal, but they help, in my opinion. And it'll be nice to hear the BlazBlue cast back in English and see what the Under Night characters will sound like in English. We'll even hear, certain BlazBlue characters made, I know like S, that never had English voice in English, and we'll see, I guess, hear Jubei in battle in English, I should say. Then we also got another trio of characters. It was Kanji, Platinum, and Orie. I think I'm saying her name right. I personally wasn't too impressed with this set. I mean, admittedly, I like Kanji. I think I'm just so goddamn tired of the characters being of Persona 4 and being the investigation team members. So it was just kind of like, another one. Orie is like okay. She's not like, one of my favorite characters, but she's alright. I think the main one that kind of pissed me off was Platinum. Platinum is honestly, I'm sorry, she is probably my least favorite BlazBlue character. And the fact that there's a lot of awesome characters like Hakumen that aren't in yet, and she is kind of a disgrace, to be honest. But, that's just how I felt. And apparently they were said to be, they're going to be free, I think, for a while. So they'll also be free, which I guess is good for me, because I don't really know if I feel like paying for them. So, I was like, not great, but whatever. So then, just last week, I think it was last week, we got our next set of characters, and I was much happier with this set. It was Aegis from Persona 3, Carmine from Under Night, and Jubei from BlazBlue. Now, this reveal was great, because first of all, I like all three of these characters. As I think I've said before, I'm actually more fond of the Persona 3 characters than I'm Persona 4, and I was kind of getting worried we weren't going to see any Persona 3 characters. And we finally, got our first one. It was Aegis. I do like Aegis. She's not my favorite of the Persona 3 cast arena games. But hey, I do like her, and at least, it's someone from 3, for God's sakes. Juve was a very nice surprise because he is one of my favorite BlazBlue characters, and I did not think he was going to be in this game. I thought he was just too new to be playably too new, and I just don't know if he was that popular. I know he's not that popular in Japan. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about how he turned out in the game, I guess, tier-wise at least. However, I'm really glad the creators just said, no, screw that. He's a cool character that's been around for a while, and it's important to BlazBlue's storyline, and tiers, shouldn't matter to get characters inclusion. I thought that was really cool. And then we got Carmine, who, for those who have, been sticking with my videos for a while, he's basically my 3rd favorite Undernight character, and I was kind of getting worried on him too, because I don't know if he's that popular. He's not that important to the story of the game, so I didn't know how likely he'd be, but hey, it looks like he made it too, so I was personally really happy with all 3 of these. However, what the kind of ball kicker is that they are all DLC characters, and I think we're going to have to pay for them, and we're probably going to have to wait a bit longer for them than we did the first pack, which really sucks and kind of did bring it down a little bit, especially because it's like I'd rather have these guys first than, the last 3. Hopefully it's not going to take that long. I don't know if they specified the price of them. I guess they didn't say anything, which probably means we are going to have to pay for them. I just don't understand, like, they look so far along, and it's like they're mostly just reused assets. How are they not going to be complete? And the game's still a few months away. How are they not going to be complete in time? Like, I don't understand that. And, oh yeah, that's another thing. They also revealed, I think, the game will be, $50. And the season pass, or I guess if you just buy a complete, a complete thing, it'll be $70, which is not that bad. I mean, yeah, the game should probably be like 40, I'd say, at launch at most. I mean, 50 is at least better than full price. But I guess, if you buy most games full price and then their season pass, you're probably getting into the 80s to 100. So it is nice, at least the whole game will be like, barely more than a full price game without DLC. I mean, that's cool. I mean, still kind of annoying. Oh, and they also did kind of reveal there's an episode mode, a survival mode. I guess the episode mode, I'm guessing it'll be kind of like a mix of story mode and arcade mode. I kind of really hope it was just a traditional arcade mode or some other nice bonus single player mode. So it seems like it'll have some single player modes. I'm unfortunately kind of concerned it's not going to have at least as much as like, BlazBlue and stuff does. Hopefully maybe they could add that too. I don't know. There might still be more to reveal, so I shouldn't worry too much. But I think it's basically been revealed that the reason the game is in this state is because they were kind of rushing it out to be an EVO, which is in, I think, July. And turns out it is going to be an EVO. And it's like, I don't know why. Why couldn't you just wait till next year? Why did it have to be this year? And this is my big issue with, esports things. Like, they just tempt or force all these developers to want to get their games out and rush them out, not have features, not have characters, just worry about the stupid, like, multiplayer online aspect. It's really frustrating that, the games have to be like this because of these, events. And, like, look, I think it's really cool that video games have become a sport. They're more respected, at least relatively speaking, than they used to be. I think that's great. But when it starts taking away from the actual content of the game, that's kind of an issue. I think it's just a bit ridiculous, and not really. It's catering to such a specific audience. You're kind of alienating others. And like, yeah, I will admit, I think all of this has definitely made the game more appealing, at least in my eyes. And I think other people have kind of, lightened up a little bit. But I know there's still people that are kind of pissed about it and probably not going to buy the game now. Like, I don't understand this obsession with wanting to alienate people. Like, things like games like Smash Brothers and things like that. I know maybe not the greatest example. They started off as complete games with lots of content, things to do, lots of characters. And, it became an esport, kind of accidentally. Like, I don't understand why, like, they have to force it upon these games as opposed to just kind of letting it happen naturally. Let the game do well, and then, if it gets an esports following, it gets an esports following. If it doesn't, like, it'll probably, you're still making lots of money, You're still getting good reviews and all that. Why does that not matter anymore? That's what I don't understand to these developers. Like, yeah, I know, like, people that are into single player and stuff like me, they might kind of not play the game as much after launch, because they move on to other games, because they don't get in the whole competitive thing. And I get that, but it's like, you're still making money. I don't understand why, like, how many people playing online really determines how much. I don't know. If someone could explain to me, that'd be really cool. But yeah, my point is, this game could have been even better if, it wasn't for this crap. This whole Evo thing. Just, see how the game does, and let it end up in Evo next year. Like, why does it have to be this year? It's just ridiculous to me. Anyway, like I've said, I am certainly less pissed about the game. It is definitely looking better. There's some cool characters being added. I mean, it sucks, of course, the characters I like, as usual, have to be saved for DLC, I guess, because, that's why it's probably like, the Persona 3 characters are being saved for the DLC, because they're not as important as the Persona 4 characters. And that's why characters like Carmine are saved for DLC. He's cool, but he's not important to the story, and that's why Jubei, some character we had to wait forever to be playable, is going to be DLC. But, I digress. I think things are looking better for the game. I think it's going to be doing at least better now. I do appreciate Arxie's at least, attempting to make things look a bit better. Another thing that also helped is they revealed some more gameplay of Blake, and she's looking awesome. I'm really liking how she turned out. And yeah, I think that's about it. I kind of just want to do kind of a recap video talking about, what's been revealed for Under Night so far, and how I'm feeling about the game, after last time. I think, because originally I was maybe considering, like, man, I don't know if I'm going to get this day one now. But now I'm like, alright, no, I think it's back to a day one purchase. Though, funnily enough, I think I might get it for the Switch and the PS4. I'll have to see what the difference is between the versions. I can't see the difference being that great, because, I mean, I love the game, the game's graphics, but they're not really that much differently than, like, how much when they were back, when the game was only for, like, PS3 and 360. And also, I figured, in honor of Carmine being announced for the game, I figured I'd show off some gameplay of me going through arcade mode with him. Since I haven't played too much of the new Under Night game, but I figured it'd be a good time to get back to it and, go through arcade mode with one of my favorite characters, who's thankfully going to be in cross-tag battle. All I really need is Merkava from the Under Night side, and I'm basically good. Seth and Hilda would be good as well, though. But, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you feeling better about the game? Are you still kind of pissed about things? How are you feeling about, the recent roster announcements? Are you excited for any of the newest characters announced? Or who do you think is going to be revealed next? Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. It's a free country. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Mark and Heart in the description below. And as I always say, another time, another place. Keep being awesome.